After the fierce argument that shook both kingdoms like thunder, Chuma's heart turned pitch black. Every passing day, jealousy crawled deeper into his soul like a serpent tasting blood. Is, unaware of the storm brewing against him, carried on with his life joyfully. Buyers traveled from faraway lands to Oma village too, eager to do business with him. His farms flourished, his barns overflowed, and the gods seemed to smile on everything he touched. But to Chuma, Ise's success was an unforgivable insult. Every drumbeat of celebration in Oma village too fed the fire in Chuma's chest. He could no longer sleep. He could no longer eat. His face hardened, his voice sharpened, and his thoughts grew darker than midnight. Then one evening, he summoned his council, his warriors, and his elders. His voice shook the palace walls. From today onward, he declared, no man, woman, no child of Oma village 1 is permitted to associate with the people of Oma village 2. Anyone caught greeting them, trading with them, or stepping into their land shall be banished forever. A gasp swept through the palace like cold wind. Some of Chuma's people had family across the stream in Oma village too. Some had lovers. Some had childhood friends. But Chuma's eyes were blazing with madness, nobody dared oppose him. From that day, the separation began. Paths that once connected both villages suddenly became empty. When the villagers of Oma village 1 saw their brothers from across the stream approaching, they quietly turned around and disappeared into the bush path. Markets became tense. Festivals lost their joy. Homes grew cold. Oma village 2 watched all these changes with wounded hearts. Mothers cried at night for the children they could no longer see. Lovers hid their tears. And Is, though pained, kept the peace. When the hurt became too much to bear, Is decided to confront his brother. He walked to Chuma's palace with honesty in his heart and sorrow in his eyes. But before he could step through the palace gate, Chuma stood in the entrance like a stone wall, blocking him. You are not welcome here, Chuma growled. Brother, Is pleaded softly, we cannot live like this. But Chuma's voice was colder than harmattan wind. Leave before I unleash what you cannot handle. He stood there for a long moment, staring at the man who once shared his childhood laughter. Then, heavy-hearted, he turned and walked away. That was the last peaceful day in Oma village too. One quiet night, while the moon hid behind thick clouds, a scream tore through Oma village too. Fire! 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 People rushed out of their huts with calabashes of water and palm leaves to battle the flames. And there, in the heart of the palace, the queen's hut, Ise's mother's hut, was swallowed in blazing fire. He sprinted like a madman, tears bursting from his eyes. He grabbed water, sand, anything he could carry. He shouted. He cried. He begged the gods. My mother is inside. Please, please, save her. But the flames roared louder. The heat pushed everyone backward. By the time the hut collapsed, nothing remained but ashes, smoke, and the fading scent of burning palm leaves. Is fell to the ground and wailed until his voice cracked. His cry echoed through the whole kingdom, shaking even the stars. Not a single person from Oma village 1 came to help. Chuma's law prevented them. Even Ise's grandmother in Oma village 1 could not cross over. The burial was silent. Painful. Unforgettable. But life, as stubborn as a palm tree root, continued. The people of Oma village 2 tried to heal their king by filling the palace with laughter again. Every morning, they swept the palace floors, fetched water, gathered firewood, and brought fresh fruits to him. Slowly, the village began to breathe again. But the storm was not over. One horrible night, a child disappeared. The next night, another. Then another. Each disappearance happened silently, like shadows swallowing light. The people grew restless. Mothers refused to sleep. Fathers sharpened their machetes. Children clung to their parents with trembling hands. Rumors began to spread. It is the work of men from Oma Village 1. No, it is a spirit. No, it is a curse for the queen's death. When he could no longer bear the cries of his people, he rose with fire in his eyes. I will not watch my people suffer again. He summoned warriors, trained the youths, and placed vigilantes in every compound, every farm road, and every secret path. By night, flaming torches burned across Oma Village 2 like stars that refused to die. This time, Is was prepared. But Chuma did not stop. His heart had become a weapon. His mind had become a battlefield. He wanted Isa's downfall more than he wanted his own peace. And so, the attacks continued, silent, bloody, merciless. Villagers whispered that Chuma had abandoned the ways of the living and now sought help from forces older than the earth itself. Then one day, one terrifying day, something happened that froze the entire Oma community. Something no one expected. Something no one was prepared for. Something so dark that even the gods turned their faces away. And that was the beginning of the true war.